this room is actually going to turn this room I am turning into my studio where I'm going to make videos. So all of this is going to be gone. And my son also stores his crap in here. Why? Hey guys. So, you can't see my face. Shit. Okay, I'm gonna make this work. So today's vlog, I just thought I would quickly record before I head out. And it's all about knowing your essence, connecting with your soul in a sense where you do what you absolutely love. So again, it's a little bit of a story time, and I apologize that this is the second story time, but here we go. So for me, growing up, how I found my happiness. Basically, growing up, I was treated like a boy, which wasn't bad. It actually gave me strength. I was treated equally to my brothers. I had a really good childhood in the sense where I was always allowed to do whatever I wanted. I never had any restrictions. So in that sense, my family was awesome. Now, with that, what my dad always told me as well, which kind of deterred me a little bit, I think, now that I look back on my life, is he was very good. He always treated me equally and said, look, as a woman in the Indian culture, what you need to, I've told the story before, what you need to make sure you do is you need to go to school, because knowledge is power, and I always want you to be powerful regardless of being a girl. So I did. I got educated to the nines, and he put in my mind that I could either be a high school teacher or a nurse. So I knew I was going to do nursing when I was like so young. So anyways, I have to slip down. I'm not being lazy during the vlog. I just want you guys to see me. See, you can't see me. You can't. So I'll just slip down. And so anyways, so that was in my mind the whole time growing up. So right after high school, I went into nursing. When I was in junior high and high school, what I absolutely loved to do was take pictures. I love photography. I used to develop my own pictures. I took every photography class, drama class, all of it that I could. And what I'm realizing now is, okay, so sorry, I'm gonna go back. So I took all the creative classes that I could take. But once I was ready to graduate, naturally, I applied for my nursing. So I ended up going into the field of science. And then I met my husband in high school. We dated, and then we eventually got married. And after I met him, after I got married, I lost my sparkle. I lost my sparkle for life. Our relationship was amazing, a learning lesson, but there was also abuse in the relationship. So I lost my love for photography and videos. And I remember this was 8 months or so after I had gotten married, and it had been a long time since I picked up my Canon, and it always sat on my ledge where I did my makeup, and we were going out to a reception party that night. So after so long, I was so excited, I was happy that day. So I picked up my Canon after I put my makeup on, and my husband was walking out of our room, and he turned around and he's like, what are you taking that stupid thing for? And I remember that day looking at my camera, and there was a garbage can sitting right beside me, and I thought, okay. And then I tossed the Canon into the garbage with film and all, and I never took another picture again. Even when my son was born, none of it. I never took another picture until the iPhones came out, and this is after now my husband had passed away, until the iPhones came out and you could take pictures on an iPhone. I still didn't take pictures on the iPhone as much as I do now. Now I'm like all over it, but it took me a while, and it wasn't until just a month ago I realized what I do today with these vlogs, the sharing that I'm doing, all of the pictures that I take and I share on Instagram, Snapchat, Facebook, all of my social media outlets, I feel alive. This is me, this is who I am. And I sometimes think, wow, if my dad hadn't, he was just trying to do his best, but if he hadn't influenced me to go into the field of science, I wonder what I would have done. I definitely would have taken photography, videography, and then what if I hadn't lost my sparkle, and when I got married and just been like so unhappy for a little while, we went through a phase, what if that hadn't happened? I probably would have traveled tons. My husband didn't like traveling, so that kind of was gone for me, but I probably would have been a photographer who traveled. So anyways, it is really important. I have come full circle. I'm 39 and finally found my love, and I'm happy. I feel happy every day working. It doesn't feel like work. So I guess my question to you is like, what's your sparkle? What do you love? Because in this society, we get molded to do things that society deems life. They tell us how to live. But what if you didn't have that and you were free? What would you do? What would you do? What makes you happy, like truly happy, aligned with your soul journey, kind of happy? That's it. Just wanted to post that question for you.